Say hey everyone, welcome into another edition of Say Hey Plays. My name is Jose Bouquett. 2 more days until the All-Star break, guys. Shout out to everyone watching. As always, trying out a new headset, trying out a new mic situation. So let me know how it sounds today and everything's working. But I appreciate everyone for watching. Like I said, we've got 2 more days until the All-Star break today and tomorrow. So we're gonna try to finish the season strong here. We had a iffy day yesterday. Obviously, the minus 300 fade suffered its first crushing defeat, and what seems like it's been a minute. But that will happen when you fade the biggest favorites on the card, essentially. So shout out to the Royals who gave me glory. Couldn't replicate it, but shout out to them nonetheless. But yeah, like I said, an interesting day yesterday. I'm actually going to pull up my numbers real quick so I can cite it specifically. This will probably be a shorter show. We've got 16 games today as well, I think. Let me double check because I feel like an idiot because I said 16. Yeah, it is 16. 16 games. That's pretty nuts. So definitely going to be an interesting day. It'll be a quicker show since it's only me today, giving all the guests and everyone, an early day off. Going to take these 2 days, come at it, and we'll see how it goes. Like I said, today, tomorrow, All-Star break, and then a little couple Thursday we'll be back, obviously, because there's a couple double headers and such then. But it'll be a fun day nonetheless. So let's get right into it. Say Hey Plays 101. Shout out to Southtown 101, home of Pub Sports Radio as well. Wings, beer, food, all the good stuff there. The wings are phenomenal. I love the mozzarella sticks there, particularly. But shout out to Jeff Slaughter, the owner of Southtown 101, and the owner of Pub Sports Radio. I guess owner, Don. I don't know what you want to call it, but nonetheless, he is the guy. So shout out to Jeff. Shout out to Southtown. And shout out to our first game here on the slate. We've got Dylan Bundy versus Lance Lynn, and it's, you guys know what we've got to do. We'll start out with Kelly today. Kelly, a lovely looking lady. I should really fix these up. I made them once. It never went back to them again. But shout out to King Kong, of course, and everyone's favorite, Al. Al Bundy. It is, in fact, Dylan Bundy Day. And to tell you guys the truth, I've been pretty successful fading Lance Lynn these last couple of starts for him. He had 2 good ones, but he came out last time out and really shit the bed. 4 innings, 9 hits, 8 earned runs, 3 Ks, 2 walks at Cleveland last time out. The White Sox have been a fade team for me, but I've lost on those wins back-to-back days now. I've taken them first 5, and the White Sox sticks have just been there for them. So I'd be a little hesitant. It's backing the Twins here again. Truthfully, 8.5 seems pretty low. It's juiced to the over here, but I think I'd rather just take a Twins team total, perhaps. But I'm not 100% sure. I'll be moving on this game. Just to give you guys a little heads up, I do have 4. Well, I should say I have 3 plays on the card officially, and 1 that I have a question mark beside. Looking to, of course, add more. So you guys in the chat, let me know what you guys, of course, let me know what you guys are on, and it will help me out. Wallaby King, shout out to you, my guy. Rocco Rogers, you're lucky you have my time here. I just hopped the UFC stream. Rocco, I appreciate you, my man. I appreciate you. He's going Twins first 5. And Rocco, I was pretty shocked to see that there's UFC at 10:30 in the morning my time. So yeah. Rob Free in here as well. Only lost was the Orioles. Robert Franklin, I should say. Saturated D Jenkins. Appreciate you, my man, for the compliments on the Iron Man stuff. Appreciate it as always. You guys, again, make this show worth doing. Last night and tonight were tough preparation days for me because I was just like exhausted from a bunch of stuff doing yesterday. But we're here. We're doing it. Maybe we're a little lower energy than usual, but we're gonna do it. We're gonna do this. Johnny Gonzalez, or Johnny Guns, I should say. Gotta fade the Twins here. Sorry, Chicago White Sox. No, he says gotta fade the Chicago White Sox here. Take Twins first 5. There we go. I got you there. Yeah, I would lean that way again, but losing money on them back-to-back days is the concern here. I guess after losing the Twins first 5, I'd probably lean towards a Twins team total, but I think this total is just low. 8.5. I think 8.5 is a little too low. So truthfully, I'll write down the over in this game. White Sox and the Minnesota Twins because I think that's a shockingly low number, actually. Now that you look at it, let me double check here on Bovada that I still have an 8.5. I do 8.5. It is juiced towards the over as well. So I guess I'll keep it moving. Like I said, we're gonna keep a pretty brisk pace here and get in, get out. Because obviously there's a lighter, I would say lighter schedule for the All Star because the All Star break coming up. But I would say you should bet a little lighter than usual because you never know what's going to happen with these ball clubs. Teams just kind of limping in, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Okay, I got you, Johnny Gonzalez. It is Johnny. I like Johnny Guns better. I appreciate Johnny Guns. I got you. I got you. Craig Woods, Twins home team on the 2-game losing streak system. So yeah, everyone seems like they're on the Twins today. So like I said, I lean that way too. I'm not. I don't think I'm going to end up playing it. Like I said, Twins team total or the over 4 or over 8.5 in this game for me. I just don't think Lance Lynn's got it anymore. I don't believe in Lance Lynn anymore, and I'll keep saying it. So I agree with you guys there. I'll mention Dylan Bundy's last start real quick. He kind of had a rough start, but the Texas Rangers are hitting the last couple of weeks too. 5 innings, 6 hits, 4 runs, 4 Ks, 2 walks against them at the Rangers. So always keep that in mind. Robert Flanken liking the over. Lynn not looking good for he says 3 or 4 runs from Bundy. Twins first 5 as well. So yeah, there we go. So there's a bunch of lanes towards the Twins on that aspect. So shout out to the Twins and shout out to Dylan Bundy. Next game on our slate is a pitcher that is rising up my favorite lefties ranks. Nick Lodolo here against the Cardinals. And let's just, I'll say this now and I'll keep saying it again and for the coming weeks. The Cardinals were not who they were against lefties, unfortunately. Last year, they were the dominators against lefties. This month so far, they are, let me see here, 22nd, 85 weighted runs created plus against them. And 20th are the Cincinnati Reds, 81 rated runs created plus against righties. So two offenses that are sputtering to say the least. Miles Michaelis is 6-7, but he's got a 2.62 ERA, so he still deals, and he's still pitching okay. That win-loss record obviously might not get the run support, and that's kind of why win-loss record is kind of thrown out the window, huh? His last start out was against the Philadelphia Phillies at home. 7 innings, 7 1/3, I should say. 6 hits, 1 run, 5 Ks, no walks. And Lodolo, last time out for him was against the Tampa Bay Rays at home. 5 innings, 9 hits, 3 runs, 1 home run, 6 Ks, 1 walk. Another pass game for me here, but I'm definitely leaning towards an under. First 5 full game would be my interest, just because I like both these pitchers here. Miles Michaelis has had his bumpy starts, but I think overall he's been good this first half. Let's pull up. I want to pull up Michaelis's home road splits real quick because I assume he probably pitches better on the road, but he probably might not be or at home. I should say it wasn't big of a difference. At home, 59 innings pitch, a 2.43, and on the road he's got a 2.83. So not much difference. Not much difference there. And truly, I think Michaelis has really not been bad. He's the max amount of runs he's given up in a start this year. He gave up 6 on the 29th in we has July, June, whatever month is before June. So there's the sixth spot there. But this month he's given up 1 run, 3 runs, 2 runs, 1 run, 2 runs. So he's been good. He's been good. So I'd lean under here. But minus 175 obviously is expensive, and I don't want to take the Cardinals at that price. I still like Lodolo, as like I said, he's been a rising lefty in my case. So leaning under here, just lean under. That would be my thing. First 5 under for Craig Wood. It's under 4.5, but it's juiced at minus 120. That makes sense, obviously. And Craig Wood also saying small home favorites who lost their first 2 games of a series are 8-1 this year. Twins are play on this year. Craig, are you moving on the first 5 or full game for the Twins? Because you know what, I might have to move on them. I mean, I've lose money on them back-to-back days. They owe me something, right, Craig? Let me know how you're moving on, because I'll write down Minnesota. I think it'll be first 5, but I'm not 100 sure. I'm not 100% sure. And yeah, this really does seem like a first 5 under look, huh, guys? I don't want to add. I don't want it to make this like a loaded card because, like I just said about 5 minutes ago, I think that you guys should, maybe during the last 2 days before the All-Star break, maybe the bet sizes, or I should bet total amounts, go down a little bit, but it looks like I'm going to be adding some as well. And this is juice for me too. It's a first 5 under 4.5. I get -125. That's sucky, but I'm gonna write it down and we'll come back to it for sure. Um, Damn, this is gonna be an interesting card to say at least, guys. We'll remember the last time I was by myself was Say Hey 100 and we had a good show. So, full game for Craig Wood. The bullpens are even, so we'll go look at it again here. We'll look at it again. Minnesota money line with a question mark for me, Craig. See, I'm writing them down for you. I got you, buddy. Ouroboros, by the way, I thought my Giants bet lost. Woke up shocked. It's funny. I love that shit. And TJ Mizzy, oh wow, Giants came back last night. Yeah, walk off grand slam, right? It was pretty nuts. White Sox 17th versus right-handed pitchers on the road last month as well. So I would lean towards the first 5 under here, 4.5 -125 for me. I'm gonna keep that written down. We'll see if I make it official by the end of the show. As always, guys, stick around to the end of the show so you can see my official plays. And if you don't stick around to the end of the show, at least follow me on Twitter at Jose Bouquett because that is where all my plays go. So, at least you do one of those two things, and we'll appreciate it. All right, so let's move on. Next game, we've got the doubleheader here. We've got the Mets, Taijuan Walker versus Marcus Stroman in this first game. Shout out to Ron Crawford. His spreadsheet play of the day is the New York Metropolitans in game 1. So, as always, we got to hit this. Shout out to Ron. And I agree with him here. I like the Mets as well. Marcus Stroman's first start off the IL was a shocker. I did not think he was going to go out there at the Dodgers, go 4 innings, 2 hits, no earned runs, 3 Ks, 1 walk. Did not think that. But I guess if you think about it, Marcus Stroman really is a guy that, he pitches up to the quality of his opponent. He's a big game pitcher. He wants to pitch in those big games. I mean, I was reminded of his WBC performances at the last World Baseball World Classic. He likes that atmosphere. Maybe the Mets do it for him here. A heavy wind blowing in too, because I obviously I looked at this total and I saw a 7.5, and I was like, okay, well, that's weird. I want to bet the over there, but as Wrigley Field, the Wrigley Field is like one of the few places where I'll look up the weather and it actually really, really affects my capping. 13-mile-an-hour winds blowing straight in. 76 or 77 degrees and a 69% humidity. Sounds like a lovely day, but it'll be a little nippy with that cold. So I think I don't know if I'm gonna move on it officially here, but I think I would move on game 1 and I would move on the Mets. Taijuan Walker also has been a very serviceable pitcher. He soured on kind of some people earlier. Well, last year, I should say, because he started off really hot and then tailed off super hard late in the season. His last start was 7 innings, 3 hits, no earned runs, 7 Ks, 1 walk versus the Miami Marlins. His home road splits are a little questionable, a 1.50 ERA at home and a 3.44 on the road. So that's really what's giving me pause here. And the line is moving up. Some people in the chat got a -125. I had -130 earlier. Now it's at -133 for the Mets. Obviously, the books are listening to Ron Crawford, and they have his tweet notifications up. But yeah, it'd be a Mets spot for me here, but it's just a little too juiced for me. I would say -1 as well. I do not have the -1 calculator, unfortunately. Ron Crawford definitely does. And if you want it as well, you can definitely ask Jimmy. Who knows how often he checks his phone when he's on vacation or whenever he's on the weekends. But I would say Mets -1 here. Mets, if you want to pay the juice. But I'm passing on game 1. And naturally, if I'm passing on game 1, that means I'm probably going to pass on game 2. Max Scherzer on the bump versus Drew Smyly, who did not have the same results as Marcus Stroman in his first rehab start at the Dodgers. Again, 2 innings. Well, it wasn't his first rehab start. It was his first back off the IL. 2 innings, 5 hits, 4 runs, a strikeout, and a walk. I don't want to bet against Max Scherzer. I learned my lesson last time when I took the Braves team total against him. He's a fucking beast. And he just scares me. He just puts a fear down my body. Maybe even a Cubs team total under. Shout out to Ron Crawford, who just popped in here as well. We're dropping in that Mets team total, or the Mets game one. Shout out to you, Ron. We just talked about you about 2 minutes ago, so good timing. So yeah, I agree with you there, though, Ron. Mets game one for me, passing on game two, and Isaiah Scurry. I did indeed. So thank you for calling that out. Next game on our slate is a game that we are really not going to get to talk about, I guess. Let me go to Bovada real fast, see if we've got any lines or anything. Oh, we do. Oh, great. That's hilarious. That they released the lines finally, and yet of course, we have a minus 300 Toronto Blue Jays squad with Max Castillo on the bump versus Daniel Lynch. So you guys know what I have to do here, and today might be a little bit of a more painful day now, because now I'm going to have 4 minus 300 plays on the card here, and if things go like yesterday, that might be a quick 4-unit drop there, so I need everything else to go better for me. But Max Castillo versus Daniel Lynch here on the bump. Let's do a little Fangraph search of Max Castillo, because I definitely remember Max Castillo's last outing. It was against the Seattle Mariners. I had bet on the Seattle Mariners. It was in their West Coast vortex, and I was shocked to see him pitch really well. I think I bet on them first 5 full game that day. They lost the first 5, I believe, and they ended up winning the full game because that's how the Blue Jays were playing that week. But yeah, he had actually went back-to-back against the Seattle Mariners. We pitched on the 10th and then the 7th, so that's pretty funny. But in those 2 starts, first one was 3 innings, 1 hit, 1 earned run on a home run, 5 Ks, no walks. His second one was 4 1/3, 3 hits, 1 earned run again on a home run, 3 Ks, 1 walk. So Max Castillo has, maybe he's turning into something for the Toronto Blue Jays. Obviously, I'm sure Blue Jays fans will be a little higher and may know a little more. So if you guys are in there in the chat right now, let us know. But I'm obviously going to be on Blue Jays, or not Blue Jays, excuse me. I'm going to be on the Royals first 5 full game. Right now on Bovada, let me double check. First 5 full game here. I need to write it down because I'm not going to remember at the end of the show if I don't write it down. Kansas City money line right now is plus 240, and the first 5 is plus 210. I hope the Omaha Storm Chasers can show up here tonight and give me a run for my money. Make it interesting. Yesterday was not interesting. It was 2 3-run home runs and nothing else really that killed them. So how about we have a good start here from Daniel Lynch? Daniel Lynch, let me see if I wrote down his stats for sure. I had to have at least. His last start was, it was not the best. I'll admit it. It wasn't the best. It was 4 innings, 6 hits, 3 runs, 2 of them earned, 3 Ks, 1 walk versus the Tigers of all people. So you'd want him to pitch better against him. But how about a bounce back, Daniel Lynch? Against lefties this month, the Blue Jays are dead last, by the way, 36 weighted runs created plus. So that number's obviously got to go up. But how much farther up, and how well can Daniel Lynch pitch? I believe in him. I believe in him today. So give me the Royals, as I say that very hesitantly. D Jenkins saying minus 300, buddy. That's funny. Yeah, I'm glad that it's Lynch today, because Greinke really was just kind of floating balls, and it was Matt Chapman, and I forgot who hit the other 3-run home run. But yeah, I think it'll be interesting here. Robert Franklin liking the over 9 here. Oberus, do I ride and die? I haven't had luck on the first 5s lately. I'm riding, and the kind of like the OGs in the chat were saying, I think in the second half we're definitely going to start getting more of these. And we'll see how long the experiment lasts, or how my resolve lasts. I got to keep doing it. I'm going to keep telling myself I got to keep doing it. But if we keep getting one on like every card, I'm just like, man, shit. And yeah, not a clickable saying, Jose, that's a shit the bed part 2. I know, man. I know. This is going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting. It's always not for the faint of heart taking these minus 300 fades, plus 280, plus 260, plus 290, wherever it is. It's not for the faint of heart, but we do it. and we keep riding it. We keep riding it. I'm gonna move on, obviously, because that game is marred in who knows what with Max Castillo and Daniel Lynch. Rocco Rogers riding Royals first five with me. Let's ride, Rocco. Let's ride. How about it? Next game on our slate is another old friend of ours, another old friend of mine. We've got Mitch Keller on the bump here for the Pittsburgh Pirates, who got crushed yesterday. Pirates were a popular play yesterday, and they got absolutely hammered, which was pretty surprising to me. I did not expect them to get a give up. I did not expect them to basically give up or get no runs. I've been trying to say, Jesus, that wake and bake is starting to get to me, I guess, Scurry. But Jose Urena has not been terrible for the Rockies in his 2 appearances for them. We remember his Dodgers start very fondly, obviously, and his last start against the Padres, 6 innings, 7 hits, 2 earned runs, a home run, 3 Ks, 3 walks. 16th against righties are the Rockies, 201 weighted runs created plus. So I guess average, whatever. While the Pirates right now are 25th, 77 weighted runs created plus. Mitch Keller's last start was really good at Miami. 7 innings, 1 hit, or seven innings, 5 hits, 1 earned run, 5 Ks, no walks. I don't want to back him here. I have not been a Pirates backer in a minute, and I just think the total's too high for me to take a team total. I remember, I forgot who it was, but they told me Roberto Clemente's sick in heaven somewhere, looking at me not taking the Pirates. I know, and I said, yeah, he's rolling over his grave right now. And I have a Roberto t-shirt jersey, so shout out to that. Dominic French, say hey, almost at 20 units. I was at 20 units yesterday, Dominic. I hate to break it to you there. So I was at 21. I lost 2 yesterday. So we're bouncing back and forth between it, but we keep riding. We keep riding. Rob Free also leaning Braves run line as well here. So shout out to Braves and shout out to Rob, and that'll lead us right into the Braves here. I'm glad, honestly, I'm glad that this was not a minus 300. I do not want multiple of those on one card, essentially, because, how often will they hit? We had a 7-game losing streak in the middle of it. We hit 3 of our last 4 until yesterday. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. But Max Fried on the bump here, coming back after a pretty good start against the Mets. 5 innings, 5 hits, 2 earned runs, 5 Ks, 5 walks, though. He can obviously pitch better. When we were on him that day, I believe. I forgot. It was the Battle of the Maxes, correct. It was Fried versus Scherzer, and Scherzer just out-battled him there. Maybe he learned a little bit of a lesson there. Maybe he'll refocus and come out here for the Nationals. Paulo Espino obviously does not inspire confidence. And he's going against the Braves again after going against them recently. 4 innings, 6 hits, 2 earned runs, 4 Ks, 1 walk. And I want to double check that now, because that feels crazy. Is he teams have already played? I don't know. Maybe I'm not trusting myself. Yeah, I'm not trusting myself. Yeah, he went 4 innings. I did the back-to-back here. Just seems like it's not gonna favor Paolo, obviously. And the Braves against righties, the Braves against righties, 150 or 130 weighted runs created plus, 5th. So 5th this month, I should say. It'd be Braves for me here. Run line is probably super juice for me, but if you or like Rob Free, you want to stomach that juice, minus 150 for me. So maybe you're hankering for like a parlay or something, you could do something like that. You can look at a team total for the Braves here, 5.5 at minus 105. I don't hate that. I don't hate that at all. I think you can get 4 runs from Paolo Espino, and then the Nationals bullpen is not anything to write home about either. So I like the 5.5 at plus money as well there. Looking at the chat real quick, Ronnie and Burbia taking Braves run line. No worries, Dominic French. I appreciate you tuning in now, and I hope you enjoyed the vacation though. Where'd you go? Let us know where you went. I'd like to mentally think about a vacation. So let us know where you went. I'd love to know. But yeah, Braves here. I look at that team total. I'm not going to add it because I've got a shitload of plays already that I did not expect to have on there. But Braves team total over 5.5 would be my lean, plus money for me. And by the way, Ronnie and Bergie is saying that's exactly what I'm doing. Part of the parlay with the CFL. What is the parlay? Let us know. Rob Franklin also saying under Atlanta and Espino. I watched Fried last start. The announcers were saying something's going on with Fried's plant leg. Might be the reason he didn't have a great start last time. There you go. There's some good insight there, Rob. That's the insight we need. We appreciate that shit. I typically don't listen to the broadcasts all that often because I'm listening to podcasts and stuff. But the broadcasts obviously give you a lot of information. The Braves broadcasts in particular are really, really good at like telling their pitchers or like being able to see when their pitchers are off. I say that now because I remember with Ian Anderson, I remember a start earlier in the year where he didn't have his release point and they called it out like immediately when he started walking dudes. He's like, yeah, it seems like his release point's off, and he's gonna kind of have to battle through it. And you can kind of tell after they said that he's gonna have a tough start. So appreciate that, Robert Franklin, and yeah, shout out to the Braves broadcast who does a great job. Next game on our slate, Seattle, Texas, and I want to move on Seattle here, and I think I did. Let me double check here. I guess I did, and I didn't write down. Oh no, I did. Seattle first 5 minus a half at minus 115. This is my other official play. I was like, I need to move on Seattle here. Logan Gilbert, why wouldn't I? But I talked myself into it again. So there you go. I believe in Logan Gilbert. He, looking at his game logs, a lot of traffic, a lot, and I realize that when I watch it too, and I realize when you bet on Logan Gilbert, there's a lot of anxiety going to it, and it's because there's just traffic. There's always traffic on base. I'll go through just the last couple of his starts: 9 hits, 6 hits, 8 hits, 9 hits. And he limited walks, but obviously you can't walk dudes when you're giving up those many hits. So it's worrisome, but he always seems to limit the damage. Toronto last time out, obviously a tough start, but his team ended up getting the win there. 6 innings, 9 hits, 4 earned runs on 2 home runs, 7 Ks, no walks. I still believe in him. Still going to bet on him in the second half of the season too. He's been one of my original guys. I liked him last year, and then I think from the start of the season this year, I've been betting him. So taking him first 5 minus a half, it's going to be an interesting game. Jake Burns think the Rangers are going to hit Gilbert. The Rangers right now are 17th against righties. That's 97 weighted runs created plus this month. I've got Gilbert's game logs pulled up. Let's see here. He's faced the Rangers twice this year, I believe. So his last appearance against the Rangers on the 3rd last month, 6 innings, 5 hits, 2 runs, 1 earned, 7 Ks, 1 walk. And then his other start against them was the 3rd start of the season, 6 2/3, 6 hits, no earned runs, 4 Ks, no walks there. So I'd love to know why you think so. Obviously, the Rangers have been hot recently, but I think that's more against lefties. So that'll be interesting. Spencer Howard, obviously, by the way, not someone I want to back either. I don't believe in Spencer Howard. He's got an 8 ERA. I wouldn't, if my man Jake Burns is right about the Gilbert getting hit, then it's the over 8. It is the over 8 in this game if you think so. Well, maybe they won't. Jake, that's fucking hilarious. No, I mean, you can definitely have the opinion. I promise. I'm not gonna fucking besmirch you or shit on you for having a different opinion than me. We could definitely be right here. And by the way, Austin Riley just added to the All-Star game as well. So maybe you can little Austin Riley All-Star game bump. But his last appearance, Spencer Howard, was actually a pretty impressive one. 5 innings, 6 hits, 2 runs, 1 earned, 1 strikeout, no walks on a home run. But I think that's interesting. Maybe he can hold them together here, but I think the hot offense for the Mariners keeps it going. I didn't take full game, obviously, because it's minus 150 almost, and that's pretty juicy for me. So I took first 5. I think they keep me going. And Jake Burns, I'm curious. I want to pull up my splits tracker real quick because I want to just at least confirm that it's the Rangers against lefties that are doing well. So I don't, they're obviously 97, 17th this month is not good. Well, it's not bad. So it's a little below average, but I just want to make sure. Yeah, against lefties, it's their 4th this month, 144 weighted runs created plus. So, yeah, I would against lefties right now. It's the Texas Rangers, I guess, but that's pretty funny to think about. And AJ 1337 Mariners and J Rod are on fire right now. Man, at first I really thought I was like, is J Rod really gonna have a chance in the home run derby? He looks like such a slender guy and he's 30-30, 20-20 guy, maybe, but he's young and keep swinging for days. So Very interesting home run derby bet if you got him out there. By the way, I do not know what the state of the home run derby live stream is. I was too caught up, obviously, yesterday and say hey 100. I think we're still going to do it. I'm not sure exactly how it's going to go. I'll be honest with you guys. I think it's going to be on playback too. I think that will be the easiest and best way for us to do it as well, because playback we can actually watch the home run derby as well. And I think playback's really cool. So and the best part about playback for me, at least, like I have a YouTube TV subscription because I'm a cord cutting millennial. And you can just log into your YouTube TV and it'll be go through your subscription there through playback, and it works out perfectly like you have cable. So it's pretty good. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool for sure. All right, so let's move on. And by the way, I wanted to shout out some comments, by the way, real quick. Robert Franklin saying, gotta go Mariners. Andrew G says, gotta go Mariners. Craig Wood saying, Seattle 7th versus right-handed pitchers on the road this past month. And by the way, the biggest part of this game is if Woodward picks the right guy out of the pen if the Rangers are winning. That's a good part. That's a good part. No, Jake Burns. There is games tomorrow. And then the All-Star break starts on Monday. I'm looking up and out over there because I've got it written down on my calendar. So we've got today, we've got tomorrow, All-Star break the 18th, 19th, and 20th. So you won't see me on a Hey Say Hey plays because there's no baseball games, no betting with the bag. So it'll be a kind of a slower day. Obviously, you still have the UFC stuff that's going on right now and stuff like that. So shout out to Clint and Talking Hands. But on the 21st, I'll be back. It's a short card. It's like 8 games with like double headers. Apparently, I haven't looked at it. Jimmy just let me know. But I'll say that. So I'll be back after the 17th. I'll be back on the 21st. And by the way, another All-Star, Santiago Espinal, Blue Jays, just got added to the All-Star team too, apparently. So there you go there. But yeah, it's Seattle Mariners first 5 for me. Ultimately, this is a little longer of a breakdown than I expected, but Seattle Mariners first 5 for me. Next game on our slate, Dean the Cream Machine Kramer versus the Tampa Bay Rays, and the win streak finally came to an end for the Orioles last night. I'm thinking my wrong birds. It's sad, but obviously it's one of the more impressive things they've done in the last, I don't know, like 5 years. It's been forever. And this is the most excited Orioles fans have been. They're in the wild card hunt right now. How long will that last? Will they be sellers at the deadline? Who knows? Who knows what this Orioles team can be? But I truthfully wanted to back them here again. I took their team total over 3.5 yesterday. I was one of the few people that won an Orioles bets yesterday, and I was thankful I took a team total there. And I want to take them here. The Tampa Bay Rays right now against righties are hitting 129 weighted runs created plus. That's 6th in the league. But I think that's a little inflated, and I think that's a little over exaggerated for how good they are, essentially. And Dean Kramer has been hot recently. Last time out against the Angels, 5 innings, 2 hits, no earned runs, 7 Ks, 3 walks. I want to pull up Dean Kramer's because I think he had, because you guys know, I always say once a pitcher like this has had like a bunch of good starts in a row, he's due for a bad one, obviously. Yeah, so I figured, I remember this now. So he had that start against the Angels, and now it's actually a bounce back start because his last start against the aforementioned Texas Rangers was 8 hits, 5 earned runs, 1 home run, 4 Ks, 2 walks. And that was his worst start of his season. And he bounced back from there, and he had 3 starts with no earned runs before that one. So it's kind of, you can kind of feel it, at least. This is like his first real like taste of success in the major leagues. You think it's gonna stick for a whole month or 2 months? I don't know. See, so I think he pitches well here today after having that restart. And that's what I take that bad start as. He kind of needs to get reset. Like there's only pitcher can be so good. Sometimes he needs to go back and then he needs to turn it back around. And I do think he pitches well today. And I think most of my fade here is based on Ryan Yarbrough. I don't like Ryan Yarbrough. You guys know that. I fade Ryan Yarbrough in most instances when he comes up. He's been in AAA. He's been in AAA for a while, which is hilarious because I miss him. I guess it's shocking. I miss him. I want to bet against him here. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and move on Orioles. I'm gonna take them first five. I'm not 100% sure. Actually, well, I mean, I've got a really good bullpen with the Orioles too, so I don't know why I wouldn't take them full game. Let me know what you guys think in the chat real quick. Not applicable saying Baltimore first five. Robert Flanken saying and on the Orioles here. Yeah, I know, man. The Orioles killed a lot of people. A lot of people. Let's see here. Scrolling down. No limit sports bet. Dude looks like a Hawaiian baby with a mustache. It's the first time I've been called Hawaiian, so I appreciate it. Yeah, I need to shave soon again, but maybe not. Maybe I'll just keep letting the mustache grow because I get a lot of comments on the mustache nowadays. The last couple days at least. But shout out to No Limit. That's a good one right there. Orioles all day. Don't believe in betting the Rays at all. I can't get over. Maybe I'm Max Holloway's little cousin. That's what it's the first Hawaiian I can think of. Maybe me and Shane Victorino can be buddies now. Me and Colton Wong. But yeah, Orioles first five for me here. I think I'm gonna go with. I'm gonna look up a price real quick. Minus 105 for me. So Baltimore first five. There we go. I'm focusing on my man Ryan Yarbrough, but I also don't hate a full game minus 103 as well. So let's go and Ron Walsack betting team total over again. I wanted to bet it again, Ron. I looked at it. It was at a 4, I think, for me, and I didn't want to take a 4. I want to take a 3.5. So that's why I didn't take it. But I do like the look though. Half run is just all, discrepancies. You still have to get 4 runs either way if you want to push or a win. So you know what I mean. Detroit, Cleveland, next game out. I'm not going to spend too much time on this game. This game is like a pure dumpster fire to me. Pineda versus Quantrill. Pineda's last time out was against the Royals, 5 1/3, 7 hits, 3 runs, 2 earned, 2 Ks, 1 walk. Against the White Sox, Cal Quantrill was okay, not really that good. 6 innings, 8 hits, 4 earned runs on a home run, 3 Ks, 1 walk. I want nothing to do with this game, truthfully. Pass game entirely. Minus 165 is probably right for the Guardians. The Tigers suck. They're 23rd against righties this month. 78 weighted runs created plus. 11th are the Guardians. Right now, 109 weighted runs created plus. So just really nothing I wanted to talk about in this game, honestly. Please in the chat, if you guys have any, comment or any bets on this game, please put it in the chat because I have nothing on this game. Nothing. I don't want anything to do with this game. So let's move on. Next game is, of course, the beginning of our minus 300 phase. When I looked at the card and I looked at it before looking at the lines, this was one of them. I was like, all right, here we go again, a minus 300 fade because we remember Verlander versus, I think it was Verlander. No, it was Framber. It was Framber versus Cole Irvin. It was the last time. And now we've got Jared Koenig, who I cannot stand, actually. I don't know why I don't like him, but I know I can tell you why, actually. His last 2 starts in AAA, 11 earned runs. 11 earned run and 2 combined starts in AAA. So I'm all set on the Koenig experience, but I am betting him here. I'm hoping that that he pulls it out of his ass somehow, that the Verlander-led Houston Astros offense is just a little sputtery today, and he doesn't pitch as well. I mean, he's the second AL Cy Young favorite. He's been phenomenal. I've said on several occasions he's the modern-day Nolan Ryan now. Max Scherzer wants that title too, but he's just a different breed. But yeah, Verlander's just kind of the modern-day Nolan Ryan, throwing hard at an older age, just doing his thing. Of course, playing in Texas also helps that comparison too. So first 5 full game for me here. And I'll mention real quick, Justin Verlander's last start, 6 innings, 7 hits, 2 runs, 1 of them earned, 8 Ks, 2 walks versus the Kansas City Royals. So there you go. Derek Pata, I would say, yeah, I would take the Astros in some form or fashion another way. Not money line, but Mets game 1 is what I would like more than game 2. That is our Ron Crawford play of the day, spreadsheet play of the day. I like it. So maybe you can get some better juice there, Derek. So shout out to you, my man. James Lill also in here as well. Here, any plus money y'all like today? Well, obviously, James, I'm on the minus 300 fades there. I actually, other than that, I don't have any plus money spots on my card right now, which is kind of weird. So, yeah, I guess I'll let you know here in a second. I'll keep my eye on that, James, and I'll see. Robert Flanking saying juice way too high. Astros run line if I had to. Wallaby King saying Koenig is Cole Irvin's weed holder. Trey Hicks also saying if you like the A's today, you have to like the under here. Stros are rolling out a AAA squad rolling into the All-Star game. I will say this, Trey Hicks. That's a good point. I'd say the majority of the minus 300 fades, and I have not kept track of this, obviously, and I don't have the scores. I would say the majority of them are all under games. I want them all to be low-scoring affairs because, obviously, it doesn't take a fucking rocket science to say this. I don't think the A's can keep up offensively with the Astros on a day-to-day thing. So I want it to be a low-scoring affair, and it'd always be sweaty, obviously, but I want it to be low-scoring affair. So you're 100% right on that, Trey. If you like the under, if you like the A's, both those things should just be simpatico there. I remember yesterday, for example, people were on the over. In my head, I don't think I said this, but in my head I was like, well, if people like the over, then I know the Royals are going to get fucking hammered today because the Royals aren't going to contribute much to that over. They're going to get like 3-4 runs at the most. So that's what I thought. But yeah, shout out to you, Trey. That's a good point. And Jake Burns, I don't know if I am going to raise it today. I don't think I am. Phillies Marlins is our next spot here. And I did not write this spot. I mean, this is close to plus money, obviously, James, but I am going to be backing the Miami Marlins here with Max Meyer on the bump. You guys know my deal with top prospects, rookies coming up. I think he's the top pitching prospect for them because I was going to say I'm a little questionable on that because they've got so many that are really, really good that it makes it difficult to say, but he's fantastic. Max Meyer, Marlins fans have been kind of calling for him to come up all season, and he's finally here. And I'm going to bet on the first 5 here. He's got good stuff, obviously. 99. Let me see, actually. I want to pull up his baseball savant. I don't want to say he throws 99 and just be fucking dead ass wrong. But I know he has a wicked slider that people have been raving about. He's a number 3 overall prospect for the Miami Marlins. So is that good? Look at this. I've got no. Well, I guess they don't have any baseball savant data on him when he's in the minor leagues, but I know he throws hard as shit. He throws a slider that is really good. So it's gonna be fun. D Jenkins saying Max Myers Day finally. Yeah, I really do think this is. I was pretty surprised too to see a minus 110 both ways. That's a lot of respect. Ranger Suarez obviously not the best pitcher, but yeah, I'm definitely going to take the first 5. I'm taking it first 5 minus 115 for me. I can't wait. I cannot wait. He's only given up max 2 earned runs in all of his AAA starts since the 17th. Obviously, it's AAA, so take that with what you will. 3-4 this year with a 3.69 ERA, 69 strikeouts to only 19 walks. So I am moving on that as well. Also, do not hate a first 5 under or a full game under in this game as well. 29th right now are the Miami Marlins against lefties, 44 weighted runs created plus, while the Phillies are 22nd against righties at 79 weighted runs created plus. So do with that what you will. Max Meyer, welcome to the show. And welcome to our Gambling Hearts. Next game on our slate, Red Sox, Yankees. And what a game yesterday. What a game. I might have cheated the system a little bit. I asked permission to bet the over. 56% of the people said yes. We bet on the over, and we fucking won it by the skin of our asses, guys. It was funny. I remember on Betting with a Bag, I said, this was kind of felt like the same situation where we had the 9 earlier in the season or earlier in the series, I should say, like last week. And it took extras to get us over. And the same thing happened here. Even though the line was going down, we got extra innings and we got the over. Honestly, like I said, I'm suspended from betting the Red Sox, so I'm not going to bet them here. But this would be another spot where, oh wow, wow, gigantic breaking news! Hit the fucking drop. Holy shit. Oh my. The Nationals, well, I should say Juan Soto rejected a $440 million offer from the Nationals, and now the Nationals are going to entertain trading him. So Juan Soto officially on the trade block. Wow. Fuck. That right there, that is some news. Do we really think that he's gonna get traded this deadline? Probably not. But no, man, hold out for that $500 million. Fuck him. Get your money, Juan Soto. Someone's gonna offer him that $500 million mark. Man, that is crazy. Juan Soto getting traded potentially. They're now, yeah. I truly think that it's a $500 million. I think it's $500 million for him. Yeah. I you guys think that's crazy. I understand, but that's what it is, man. That's what it is. That's what it is when you got to get a contract that long and that good. Oh man, that's fucking nuts. $440 million. No, thank you. Wow. That's crazy. AOD, I understand you're in your feelings. I understand. I understand. I understand how it feels. Let's get it all out right now. Wow, that's crazy. All right, so let's try to refocus again. Because I'm still trying to put my head on straight after that. I'm still trying to get my head around that, wrap my head around it. Man, I just can't believe what are they going to offer him. And actually, I need to real quick. I want to go on Spotrac real quick to see his contract because I want to see how long. So he's making 17 million this year. He's in ARB 3 next year, another year of arbitration, and in 2025 he becomes a free agent. Man, that is fucking crazy. I mean, and if he goes to arbitration, he's gonna break all the Mookie Betts arbitration records too. So wow. Dave Beckett wouldn't pay him. Jake Burns saying Red Sox to the Soto to the Red Sox. I doubt that'll happen, but that would be pretty cool. And Drip Skylar, he's saying he's so good, but I'll always have a vendetta for what he did to the Astros in 19. I mean, yeah, that's when he became a fucking beast. He's shout out to him, man. He's a different breed. He is a different breed, and he is worth the $500 million. I will say that. No fucking doubt. And overtime, I'll say this. It's a little different because, Pujols signed when he was basically he's 33 already whenever he signed. Obviously, Soto is, let me pull up his age real fast because I don't want to talk out of my ass real quick. He is 23 years old. So if they sign him tomorrow, sign him to 33, at the very least, you can let him go after that. But yeah, I'll agree with you though. The 10-year contracts are kind of tough. I think when you do them when you're over 30 or 29, 28, that's when it gets dicey. Like Anthony Rendon, for example. Anthony Rendon, the Angels shipped out Pujols finally, and they just replaced his shitty contract with Anthony Rendon, who I think is just an equally as bad contract. So it's super tough. All this is super tough. But what a fucking breaking news there on Say Hey 100. Juan Soto officially on the trade block. Wow. Okay. So we're going to talk about the Yankees and Red Sox here. It takes a lot for me to not talk Yankees Red Sox here. I think I can move on from it. Really, Jameson Taillon has given up 6 earned runs in his last start against the Red Sox. Will he pitch better than that? I think he will, but I still think the Red Sox get to him. And the same thing goes for Nick Pivetta. But I will say this. Well, you could actually say this for about both pitchers. Both pitchers have hit like a kind of a rough spot in their season. So I do lean over again. Obviously, I probably, I think as a general rule of thumb, I would bet the over in every Red Sox Yankees game, unless it's, I think a 10, 9.5 will be scary. But no, yeah, 10 would probably be it. And by the way, apparently the $440 million deal was for 14 years as well. 14 years. That is fucking crazy. $31 million AAV. I mean, nah, that's not going to get it done. That is not going to get that shit done. Hold on. I want to look up AAV real quick. And the highest AAV and that is average annual value, so how much money you make a year, is Mike Trout at 35. The Nationals want to give him 31. That's not cutting it. Corey Seager makes 32. Lindor makes 34. Correa makes 35. It's got to get up there. It's got to get up to 35 to 40. That's crazy. And I'm reading off, and that 14 years is coming off a John Boy Media tweet. It said 14 or 15 years. Holy shit, though. That's fucking crazy. That is crazy, man. That is fucking crazy. Next game on our slate, because I just want to move on and talk about something else and get my head refocused, because that is some big-ass breaking news right there. Over would be my lean, but nothing here on this game. Brewers versus the Giants. Alex Cobb versus Eric Lauer. Pittsburgh Pirates was Eric Lauer's last start, and he did pretty well. 5 innings, 6 hits, 3 runs. 2 of them are in 7 Ks, 1 walk, 1 home run there. Alex Cobb also been pitching well. He does not fall into the second year category, the second year Giants category. Excuse me. This is his first year with the Giants, so I think they're getting everything they can out of him, and he's pitching well. 6 innings, 6 hits, 3 earned runs, 4 Ks, 4 walks against the Arizona Diamondbacks. Not necessarily what you want, but I was pretty surprised to see the Giants as favorites here. I kind of expected this to be in like a -110 both ways. So at a plus money, I guess I'm leaning towards the Brewers here. But ultimately, I don't really want to back it. I don't want to put my money to where my mouth is on here. And the most shocking stat of the day, I think I have at least one of these every show. The most shocking not home road split, I guess the lefty righty split. The Giants, who we have talked about struggling against lefties, this month against lefties, they are first against lefties, 182 weighted runs created plus. I don't think that's going to last. They've been hot against lefties, so that ultimately made me pass on this game, unfortunately. But let me know again, as always. Let me know if you guys are on anything. I'm going to keep moving on because we've almost gone for an hour. I thought this was going to be a nice little 30-minute show, but no. Some breaking news gets us in the middle of it. Some shocking. Oh my gosh. Ugh. Rob Free, I do think he is a top 10 player. If we're talking position players, I do. Yeah. I think he's probably the second best player. Well, I think it's Trout, Mookie, and I think it's Juan Soto, to be honest with you. I think he's probably the third best player in baseball. I understand he plays in the Nationals. There's, motivation factors, but at the age he did everything he did, he's got the best eye in baseball. I think he's probably the third best player in baseball. And please put some other, Ohtani too. I mean, Ohtani's kind of his own category, I guess. But I do think he's top 10. And, you guys can put guys in here, maybe 3 or 4. Ohtani's tough. I can hear a Yordan Alvarez too. I can hear that, but I still think he's top 10. Let's see here. Yeah, I think this is a Milwaukee Brewers spot for sure, though. I would take them to plus money. I honestly would be surprised if the line stayed that way. Next game on our slate, Diamondbacks versus the Padres here. Where's Judge? Where's Yordan? Judge is also top 10. And Yordan being a DH, I'll admit it does cut down from it a little bit, but he has been playing the field and he has had 2 outfield assists this year. So that obviously is a factor into it. I think Yordan is obviously a little lower than I think he's lower than Judge, and I think he's lower than Ohtani, and I think he's lower than Soto, just because I think he needs to do it a little longer. But I would also say they're in there. By the end of the show, I might have to write out a whole top 10 list for players, I think. But nonetheless, let's finish just breaking down this card first, and then we can talk about top 10 players in baseball. And you know what? By tomorrow, I'll probably have a list. I'll write out my top 10 players. I'll even do a top 10 players of the first half, and we'll see how it goes. And we'll fuck around. It'll be an interesting show as the last show. And again, it'll be just me again, giving everyone a break. So you'll have to deal with my smiling face. But Tyler Gilbert versus Sean Manaea. Shockingly, another shocking stat. Eighth are the Arizona Diamondbacks against lefties this month. 116 weighted runs created plus. So, oh man, it's not. I don't want to back the Padres here, especially at a minus 190. And Tyler Gilbert, it feels maybe if it was anyone else on this Diamondback staff, I'd consider backing him. If it was Zach Gallen, sure. Definitely not Dallas Keuchel. But I had to pass on this one too, to be honest with you. This game didn't make anything move. It didn't make me want to bet it at all. He's coming off a good start. Gilbert is versus the Colorado Rockies. 5 2/3, 3 hits, no earned runs, a strikeout, and a walk. But can he do it again against the Padres? Can the Padres offense come to life, who are 20th against lefties, 92 weighted runs created plus? I don't want to pay to find out. So pass. Last game on our slate is the battle for Los Angeles. Dodgers versus the Angels. Urias versus Suarez. I don't love Suarez. Well, okay, I'll say this. I think if I had to make a list of the most disappointing players of the first half, Julio Urias is on that list. 7-6 with a 3 ERA. It's just kind of not what I expected from him. I don't know if maybe my expectations are a little too high for Julio, but I thought he'd be one of the best lefties in baseball this year. But 7-6, like I said, last time out against the Cubs, he got crushed. Only 2 innings, 3 hits, 5 earned runs, 3 Ks, 1 walk, a home run given up. I expect him to bounce back, but do I really want, again, minus 200 because it's always around that price with the fucking Dodgers? Yeah, I don't want to pay to find out. And the fucking Angels are horrible. I don't want to. The Angels are now in a category with the White Sox where I don't want to bet them on any circumstances. Maybe when Ohtani's out there, but still, I faded him when it was out there last time, and let's see what that got me. But I think only bet on when Ohtani's out there. Truly, Mike Trout's going to be back in the lineup today. Apparently, he said I saw a tweet last night that he expects to play today. So obviously, keep your eye on that. But I really don't think it matters. I think this is a pass game. Maybe the Dodgers offense is a little bit too much for them. Maybe you could look at a Dodgers team total would be the only thing. Would be the only thing I go at, but that's it. Overtime. I will tell you what I'm on in Chicago, Minnesota here in a second. I'm going to do my recap right now. I had nothing on this game officially. This game sucks. Just want to pass on it completely, essentially. But let's do that recap right now. Let's figure out what we're on, and then we'll talk maybe a little bit more Juan Soto, because I'm still trying. I don't understand. What do you give up for Juan Soto? Do the Red Sox can the Red Sox get him for their top prospects? I don't think so. What would they want? I don't know. It's just crazy to say. And the Nats are open for business. So Josh Bell also going to be traded as well, and Nelson Cruz obviously. And wow, going to be interesting. All right, so let's recap these plays here. Officially, I'm going to take Baltimore first 5 money line minus 105 for me. The Seattle first 5 minus a half minus 115. No mistake or no coincidence that I'm betting on the 2 teams that have been very hot recently. No coincidence there. I'm taking Miami first 5 money line as well. I did not write. Oh no, it was minus 115. I remember that now because I just remember the minus 110. So those are 3 plays there. Oakland first 5 full game money line. We fade the minus 300s, as you guys know. I'm not going to move on the over in the Chicago White Sox Minnesota Twins game. Let me double check. I want to check the line because I did say I was going to move on the Twins. It is a twin spot. My guy who said that overtime said that. Thank you, overtime, for reminding me. It is a twin spot. I didn't star and save the comment, but I believe the stat was home teams on a 2-game losing streak are 8-1, I believe, something like that. So if my guy who put it in there is still in here, please put that stat in there again so we can know. Where the fuck are they? I'm trying to find these bastards. All right, so wow, the line has even jumped up. It was a minus. What was it early in the show? Was it minus 125? Yes, it was. It was minus 125 early in the show, and now it's all the way up to minus 135, plus 113. My God, yeah. You know what? I've lost on it 2 straight days. I'm gonna go back to the well with Minnesota first 5 minus a half. I'm going. It's at even money for me. I lost the opportunity to bet the full game at a decent price. And I gotta write down even money there. I lost that opportunity. I don't want to. Am I going to be chasing it? But damn. But yes, so there you go. Minnesota first 5 minus a half plus money. Let me see here. Sorry, I'm trying to figure out my last couple plays here. I'm not moving on Minnesota Twins money for. Well, I am technically, it's just not first 5 money line. But I'm also going to move on Cincinnati Reds, St. Louis Cardinals first 5 under 4.5 at minus 125. Juiced, I understand, but I do like Michaelis and I do like Nick Lodolo. And lastly, the Kansas City Royals first 5 full game, as well as the second half as the first 5 full game minus 300 phase. We've got 2 of them on the cards today. I'd like to go 1-3. That would be okay. If I could go 1-3, if I go 2-2, we're rolling. Obviously, 3-1, we're feeling great, and 4-0. Someone will have to clean me up and get like a shovel and just come unstick me off my wall. You stuck to it. But yeah, so one more time for the people in the back, because that was kind of disjointed and not like fluid. Baltimore first 5 money line minus 105. Minnesota Twins minus 10. Minnesota Twins first 5 minus a half at plus 100. Excuse me. Seattle Mariners first 5 minus a half at minus 115. Miami Marlins first 5 money line at minus 115. Oakland A's first 5 full game money lines plus 240, plus 280. Cincinnati Reds and the Cardinals first 5 under 4.5 at minus 125. And the Kansas City Royals first 5 full game there plus 240 and plus 210 respectively. All right. What a beautiful show. What a beautiful show. An hour and 4 minutes of me by myself. Johnny Guns, excuse me, I almost called you by the other one. Johnny Guns asking me for my favorite play today. That's tough. I find it difficult to pick a favorite play, but I guess it probably would be Orioles first 5. I also do like the Ron Crawford spreadsheet play of the day, the Mets first 5 or first game, excuse me, for Mets first game in that doubleheader. I didn't play it, but I like it. Overtime, asking if I talk props. No, I do not. Not really, because I'm not good at it. Just flat out. I've bet 4 or 5 this year, and I'm 1-4 or 5, whatever it is. I've won 1, and that one prop I bet was a tail off the spin dock. My guy Sharpie at the Balking Dead, who does this every day just like I do, covers all the props and stuff like that. He's much better at me than I am, and like I said, he does it every day like I do. And his show is his 100th show is today too. So go show Sharpie some love for 100. He does a great job. Like I said, he's a much basbetter baseball capper than I am, and he's a great guy. So shout out to Sharpie. Eccentric. He's got the energy, and I love it. I love it. And I love you guys. Thank you guys for watching as always. Let me know if the new mic situation, the headset, was a good thing. It's at 210, believe. It's at 210 my time? Let me put the comments, or let me put the link in the thing in there for you. Sorry. I'm a little bit of a mess right now, apparently. But let me put it in there for you, because I want you guys to go support my guy Sharpie. He does, like I said, I do this every day. It's 2:10 Central, so in 2 hours. But yeah, I do this every day. I know how hard it is. He does it every day. We have that mutual kind of understanding of like, damn, this kind of fucking sucks, but we have to do it every day. It's a grind. It's fun. We love it, but it does still kind of get to you. And I'm glad that he's gonna take these next 3 days off after the All-Star break, obviously, or during the All-Star break. He's gonna take them off, recharge. I'm gonna do the same. So yeah, it's gonna be great. Whew, okay. Beautiful. What a show. And quickly, I just wanted to do the top 10 list real quick. So Trout, I want to do this real quick. I'm sorry for those people I said were about to leave, but Trout, Mookie for me, 1 and 2. I'll put Ohtani at 3 because I think he's that fucking good. And if you give me 3, or if you give me both sides, I'm gonna put you up there. 4, Trout, and obviously I need your guys' help too if I miss anyone. I'm not including starting pitchers here. These are just position players, and obviously Ohtani kind of cheats in this scenario. Trout, Ohtani, Mookie. I think Juan Soto is right there at 4, to be honest with you guys. 5. And I could look up WAR leaders right now. It would probably help me as well. But Vladdy Jr. should be up there as well. You know what? I'll be nice and I'll put Aaron Judge as 5 just for right now. Because I'm a good unbiased person. You guys know me, Mr. Unbiased, as they call me. And again, I'm sorry for this, random thing we're doing at the end of the show here, but I feel like it's an interesting exercise none the least. 6, I would say Nolan or not. I'm looking at the WAR leaders right now to help me get a list here. 6 is the top 5 is pretty solid there. I'll put Mr. Jose Ramirez at 6, just because how good he is. Joe Ram is phenomenal. And if I put him at 6, I guess I'm admitting that Rafael Devers is not a better third baseman than him, but I think he is. So maybe I should just put Rafael Devers there. But I'm not going to go through the whole list. I'm going to have a whole list drawn out tomorrow, probably. Bryce Harper obviously has to be up there. Byron Buxton, even though he's fucking always hurt. Jordan, like I mentioned. I think it's interesting. Luis Robert and Tim Anderson are not top 10. Unfortunately, TJ Mizzy. I just like all of the White Sox players you just mentioned. I always think of Jose, and I'll be honest with you here. I think Jose Abreu is a little overrated because of his MVP, but he's a really good first baseman for the AL. So shout out to you. But Rafael Devers is up there. Corey Seager too. And TJ Mizzy, that's a good point. He's hitting 200 on. And he gets to home runs, and he just got to stay healthy. So interesting. So I think Juan Soto officially is 4th or 5th best player in baseball. So he's gonna get traded. So watch out for that. Noli knows. Thank you for going in here and watching and calling me the Chismosa. You know me. That's what I am. I have not talked to those Chismosas in a while, but can't wait to do so. All right, guys. Now we're officially closing up shop. Thanks everyone for watching. We'll be back again here tomorrow, bright and early, 10:30 in the morning Central, 11:30 Eastern. Back covering the last day before the All-Star break. It's going to be fun. Keep your bankrolls tight because it's going to be an interesting next 2 days. But follow me on Twitter at Jose Bouquett for more plays, all the hijinks, all the Twitter, and all the videos. And until then, see you guys.